Today I want to go through our curriculum from this last year and share what worked for us and just what I've learned overall this last homeschool year. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me today as I go through our year-end review. I want to go through the curriculum that we used this last year and just kind of show what was a hit, what was a miss, and then just some basic overview how our year went as a whole. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Also, this video is part of a collaboration being hosted by Davene at Calm in the Chaos and Shauna at Homegrown Homeschool. I'm going to link their channels below as well as the playlist for this collaboration. So if you want to see how other homeschool moms are ranking, the end of their year, going through their year and sharing, check that out below. So to get started, I'm just going to kind of go through, we're going to jump into the curriculum first. With language arts, I think is where we're going to start. And with my preschooler, we started the year off doing this alphabet adventure. Well, we started the year off just starting introducing her to her letters and numbers, flashcards, magnets, puzzles, what have you. But then we opened up with this alphabet adventures curriculum. And this was okay. I didn't hate it. And I think it could work really good for some people. In fact, I did a flip through and kind of a walkthrough of this and why we didn't end up continuing with it. And I'll link that below as well. But it just wasn't the fit for us. So we ended up doing the workbook pages that came with it. I kind of skipped most of the rest of it. And we ended up swapping. This is a two-part curriculum series or alphabet series. And we ended up stopping after the second part because it just wasn't working for us very well. I don't think my daughter was picking up what she needed to. I didn't resonate with the activity parts of it. And we ended up swapping over actually just recently to get ready for the code. So the book A. And this has been working well for us. My daughter likes work pages. I'm not super activity based. So this is really simple and has done what it needs to, it seems like. And my daughter seems to be picking up on it. It's hard for me to tell if she's picking up on it because she's like the curriculum or the work pages are that much better, or because developmentally she's progressing, because I know that she is. So it's hard for me to say like if these work pages are better than that one, but just the format for me, this works well and we're happy with it. And we'll continue doing those. Then for my kindergartner, she blew me away with her reading this year. So we introduced phonics, we introduced alphabet last year. We started reading this year and she completed unbelievably A, B, and C of the Foundations Logic of English. Now I'm trying to remember, we might've started A before the actual beginning of the school year, but we've done it pretty consistently. She definitely completed B and C this school year. And like I said, might have been through the summer or end of last school year. I don't remember when exactly we started, but she is on the last week of C right now. And she is doing so well. She definitely, like, language arts is going to be her thing. And she's just advanced in general for her age. But we've been super happy with this program. I love it. And we will absolutely be doing this with my other kids. Once I feel like my preschooler has a better grip on her alphabet, we will be starting level A with her, hopefully this coming year. We'll see about that. But this has been extraordinary, and I'm super happy with this curriculum. If you're interested in this curriculum, look at it, check it out. The author of this has written a book on English called, I think it's Discovering the Logic of English or Uncovering the Logic of English. And it's about $7 to $10. So if you're interested in kind of or the way she approaches English as a whole before you go spend the money on an expensive curriculum, that would be a good resource to check out. I also have, and I'll link this below, I did a video on how you can save a little bit of money with that curriculum, some ways you can cut corners or budget a little bit. So if you're interested in it, but it's a little bit out of pocket price-wise, you should look at that. But all that to say is we've loved it. She has done wonderfully. She is reading, I would say, first grade level right now, and she hasn't even entered her kindergarten year. So I'm super, super happy with that. Then we have math. And with my preschooler, we've been working through preschool math at home. We are, there's like 7 chapters in here, I think. I need to look because I actually don't know. Where did that go? Yeah, 7 chapters, and we have about 1.5 chapters left. So we're going to finish this up. And then we'll see from there if I feel like she's ready to go straight into kindergarten or not. But I love this. I always have. I did this with my first daughter. I've done it with my second. I'll be doing it with my third. Again, I have a review on this particular piece of curriculum, and I'll link that below. This is such a good way to start numbers and math, and I love it. So we'll finish this up Probably not this year because this is our last week of homeschooling. Yay! But we'll pick this back up next year, and I have been really happy with it, and I knew I would be. Another thing I did along with this, let's see if I can find it here. We started doing a math workbook with it that was not related to it, but has gone really well alongside it. And we did it, I would say, we started about halfway through that preschool math at home book. We started doing just preschool beginner math workbook, and this is by JDA Learning. This was, I don't know, like $20 as a PDF to print off. It might not have been quite that much, but it's been a great fit to, like I said, she loves work pages. So to give her a little bit of work, a little bit of number recognition practice, a little bit of over, under, on top, some spatial awareness things, shape recognition, just really small, really basic, very appropriate for a preschooler. No writing, drawing lines, coloring, circling, that's it. And she's really enjoyed this. So I would say this was a big hit. I wish I'd actually had this with my first daughter when we were going through that preschool math at home, because I would have used it. And I would plan to use this with my my son when he's ready for this. He's not. But when he gets there, that would be in line for that. And then for my kindergartner, we did kindergarten math with confidence again. When I say again, I mean when she finished that preschool math at home. I've told you she's advanced. That was last year. And so we went through this, ended it this year. And then I've just been practicing subtraction and addition, just various work pages, whatever I could find. And then the second half of this year, we pulled this open and did it again because I wanted to make sure she hadn't missed anything before we move her into first grade next year. What's not to love? I love this curriculum. It's just been wonderful. We knew we loved it. She loved it the second time around even. And then one of the things I did practice with her was this number, color by number, addition and subtraction. And this was good. We did a few. She got tired of these faster than I thought. And she does still occasionally want to do them. I don't know if it's that there's not enough variety. Maybe I should go further back and do some of the, I think the front has more basic ones. So maybe I should let her try something that's a little more complicated and she might enjoy it more. And we'll keep it and continue to do it. I think I have this in my curriculum picks for this coming year. And we will use it. But I would say maybe not this book. If I were looking, I might look for a different one that has a little more variety mixed in maybe. But not complaining. It was good. And then not math, but logic related with my kindergartner, we did building thinking skills, beginning level 1. This was really good. My daughter really enjoyed it. I don't know if I would say she learned a ton, but it was good for her brain, and she did really, really enjoy it, and we will do the next level. So I would say not a massive hit, but not a miss either, kind of in between. It was easy. It didn't take a lot of her time. She had fun, so I guess a hit in that way, but I don't know that I would say I saw a ton of progress or a ton of learning with this particular piece of curriculum. The other two things that we did were nature journals. I got some dollar store notebooks and put like covers on for my kids. And we did this for the first half of the year. My kids loved it. And then we totally let it go by the wayside and didn't pick it up again after Christmas, I don't think, or maybe once or twice. So my kids did enjoy it. It was just one more thing for me and I kind of let it slide. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. So we just didn't continue. And I don't think we'll continue with that as we go. I've figured out something else I want to do with their nature studies and science kind of thing as we continue. And then lastly, we have been doing poetry tea time, and this is the book that we're currently on. And my kids love it. My kids love poetry tea time, and they love this book in particular. So if you're looking for one for little kids, like 3 and 4, like my kids, this is a great one. This has been probably the biggest hit of all the books that I've pulled up for our poetry tea time. So yeah, poetry tea time has been a hit, and I want to continue that habit. We don't hit it every week. It's hit and miss, but when we do, it's a good experience for all of us. Good time for the kids. They love it. Otherwise, I have a couple of notes just making sure I got. So that's like my curriculum. I would say as a whole, I would say most things were a hit, or at least very few misses. That first Alphabet Adventures was a miss, but not because it was a bad curriculum, just wasn't for us. Otherwise, I've been really happy with what we've done. I have seen massive progress in my oldest, and I have seen progress in my youngest. Not quite as much, but she's quite a bit younger, but I've definitely seen shifts in her, the way she's thinking and that she's picking up on certain things, her motor skills, cutting, all that has gotten much, much better this year. So I would say overall, really good as a whole. And I achieved my main goal, which was to get my kindergartner starting to read. And so that's a huge success. So I would say that's a massive win. Another thing that happened this year is I figured out kind of how I wanted to schedule my homeschool year. When we came into it, I was thinking, year round, or maybe just take off some for the school or do summer school. I wasn't really sure how we're going to do it. And over the course of the year and hitting some burnout, I really discovered that I want to do a 8 to 10 week on, 2 week off, taking about a month to 6 weeks off during the summer. And that rotation seems to be working really well for us. So I'm glad that I figured out kind of how we want to run our homeschool year as a whole and kind of what schedule and time off we're going to do. So that was another thing this year that I would say was a good thing. And I would say over the course of this year, I'm starting to learn what my kids' strengths and weaknesses are, particularly in relating to homeschool, what things they're strong in, what things are not. My oldest daughter is advanced. She's really strong in words. She's strong in math, but she gives up really easily because she's so advanced, because things come naturally to her. It's really easy for her to get frustrated when something isn't coming as quickly and she can just break down and fall apart. Not because it's too hard for her, but because it's taken a little more work than usual. So we're trying to walk her through that, you are smart in these things, but you have to be willing to work hard too. Sometimes things don't come naturally and sometimes you need to put a little energy in. And she's responding well to that. And I feel like I am figuring out what her strengths are, what ways she learns well. My younger daughter, we're getting there. I think it's harder to see what her strengths are and what her learning processes are because she's so young still. But I feel like that will come over this next year and I'll kind of get to start seeing that, which is exciting. So I would say as a whole, our year has been really good. Like I said, this is our last week. We're currently just wrapping up. I have a few things we're going to do during the summer. I don't want to let my oldest daughter's reading drop entirely because I don't want her to lose what she's learned, but we're really going to take about 5 to 6 weeks off and then we're going to jump right back in mid-July. So I have a month to get everything sorted and planned and organized and back to it. But honestly, I think it's going to be about the right distance of time. My kids don't like taking a chunk of school off. Right now, they love school. And I would say, again, that's another win for the homeschool year. We have ended a homeschool year with my kids liking school and asking to do it. So I will take that all the way.